this is a small house project, as I'd like to call it. This is just me talking about a little project I did back in June 2024. I had an area on the layout where the level is that I wanted to put something there. Wasn't quite sure what to do, but I went to one of the train shows at the NEC, I think it was, and I came across a company called ATD Models, and they must have been a small startup company. They had a load of these card buildings that you could purchase, and I picked up this 1950s semi-detached house. I thought to myself when I bought it, I could probably fit it into one of the corners, and that's exactly what I did. So in June I decided to get a bit of foam board and decided to mark up the areas where the garage would go and the house. I painted them black, and then around the outside I painted it all brown in preparation for doing some additional work. So I used this chinchilla powder along with some pigments that I brought online, and decided to mix them up to try to make some colours. I wanted some brown, some earthy colour, and I thought I'd have some yellow to kind of make that pebbly effect for the driveway. I put some PVA glue down, spread it around a little bit, and then started to sprinkle over the mixture of chinchilla and pigments. This is my kind of pebbly look. I then decided to use a little car and drive in to make it look like there's some markings in the pebbles, like something's driving around and been turning about, doing a 3-point turn to exit. Next thing I did was just use the classic PVA 50-50 mix. Hopefully that was going to set it down. So now I had sort of an area where I could put grass on, and I had like a driveway area. Once it had all dried up, I thought it was time to have a go at static grassing. I find it quite good fun, however I think the 2mm stuff and possibly my static grass applicator, the mesh is not small enough, so it sort of leaves all the static grass looking a little bit flat. But that might just be me, but hey, let me know in the comments. Anyway, you can see I've started to put some static grass onto the areas which I'm going to class as garden space. So the longer 4mm grass that I've got from WWC, you can see that does actually stand up pretty well with the WWC applicator that I've got. Now I will admit I'm probably not the best cardboard kit builder, but here is the garage and the house in location, and I've decided to add a few extra bushes in. I've used some of the purple and red, I don't know, little flecks that you kind of make with wildflowers. Again, that's all from WWC, and there's a couple of little bunches of flowers there which are from Primo, the guy who makes the Primo trees. And here it is from the other angle. You can see the other house, and again another bit of flower, and I've put some hedging, bushing along the edges to try to help disguise it when it goes up against the back scene. So of course one thing that I did come across when using foam board and you put PVA on it, it gets wet, it does tend to curl a little bit. So it's not perfectly flat when I wanted to put it back in position, which meant I had to put a couple of strategic screws in to hold it down in place whilst the PVA glue I had underneath it set. So here it is in the corner of the baseboard. I've now hidden the join of the foam board to the main board by putting some more shrubbery around the edges. So I've added a few cars, and I've added a couple of Model U 3D printed items. I'm a patron of Model U, so one of the kits they sent on a monthly basis was people putting rubbish out and some wheelie bins. So to close this off, we can watch an Acura Scale Class 92 going past, a Hornby HST, and then there is a Class 66, again an Acura Scale. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and feel free to add some comments. See you again soon. Bye for now.